This site we recently launched. Here is a couple elements I'd love to share with you. This company is focusing on building new homes, so completely new builds. They also do full complete renovation. They're really known for new builds, and there was a couple things that we did here that I think you guys are gonna love to know. The video, the guy that we're working with here did an incredible job of really trying to put together both showing the end results as well as the craftsmanship. Even the first fold is building dream homes. Now, this client specifically didn't want to have a call to action on the first fold. We like to have those buttons on the first fold, but it was want to leave it so clean so you can clearly see the videos front and center, because he felt so strongly that before even somebody contact me, I just wanted to first trust me and see what I'm capable of doing. And you know what? That level of confidence is sometimes so important to differentiate you from anybody else, and I think he made the right choice. So that's something very unique where you're gonna go on a page, you have call to action elements, but the first fold is so clean and it creates this very unique experience when you first land on it. And secondly, on the right side, we have those sticky elements. So they're right there. There is the email, there is the phone number. So it's very easy to contact, to be able to call or email. So everything is available for you. We also have a contact button in the menu, but again, keeping everything extremely clean. It's just a nice strategy. Another thing you're gonna see in the first fold is that we have this moving words in the bottom, and this is actually sentence in Hebrew. This person specifically is a little bit religious, and he basically wanted to have something that speaks about home and combine spirituality, but he didn't want it to be like overwhelming to people. He didn't want it to overpower the experience. You want to bring your personality on the website, but at the same time you want it to be welcoming from everybody else too. So we came up with this unique method where we basically put the words, and it's actually pretty big. Like the font size of this is probably like in the 30s or 40s or even bigger than that, but at the same time the contrast, that the coloring of the font that we used, and there is kind of like a movement, it just feels like it's just like a design element adding to it, and it's not really part of the content of the site. So he got what he wanted and I really loved it, but at the same time it does not interfere with the experience of the site. So it's a very gentle way to combine some personality of something that could be really important to a client without necessarily deterring to some audiences. As we scroll down to the rest of the page, right there and then, big titles, big font, right use of colors, and some clear benefit about what makes working with them unique. As you can see, this website from an architecture standpoint and the layout is just very clean, very fine line. Sometimes you don't need big animation. Sometimes you don't need too many moving parts. It just depends what you're selling and the feeling. It's really about that feeling, right? When you go on a website, you feel something, it creates a certain experience, and the most important thing, you really wanted to generate a sense of trust. It was beautiful working with this client because he was so involved in the process, so it really allowed us to create it together with him. Because what we've done in the gallery is a little bit different. We wanted to break the square layout a little bit, keep things like as lines, movement you can call it. So first of all, the gallery itself, you can see there is the way the squares are laid out. That makes it more interesting, and you can see that it leads your eyes to scroll down. So it's like chasing, each project chasing the next one. And then the next thing, when you go to a product itself, we wanted to make it feel more like a social media feed. So it's almost like there is a featured photo at the top with some bio about the project, which in this case is the description. But then as you scroll down, it's kind of like just a social media feed, you know, just like, you know, a way to see the photos, and then there is some galleries, a beautiful way to present a project. And it's so easy. People love scrolling today. So rather than having them requiring like to click on an arrow to see the next photo, you can just scroll through, and it works so nice on mobile.